Hello students, welcome to NEET World. This is Vasavi ma'am, your biology educator for Foundation and CBSE. Students, in today's session, we are going to discuss about an important cell organelle, that is nucleus. Okay, so nucleus is called as brain of the cell. Why it is called as brain of the cell? So let's study about it in detail. So generally, the nucleus is a spherical shaped structure which is present inside the cytoplasm of the cell, right? So the nucleus may not always be in a spherical shaped structure. The shape of the nucleus may vary in different tissues and different organisms. So see here children, look here, these are some pictures, like this is a protozoan, it is a paramecium, and these are the skeletal muscle tissue structure, and these are WBCs, it is a plant cell and it is animal cell, and it is a tissue called as the simple squamous epithelial tissue. So now let's look about the nucleus in all these things. Yes. See here children, if we see this protozoan structure in the paramecium, we can find it is a binucleated. Okay, it is a binucleated. Why we are calling it as a binucleated? It means it is going to possess two types of nucleus. One is a macronucleus, which is some large in structure, and another one is a micronucleus. Clear? The paramecium, the protozoan, is a binucleated organism which contains a large macronucleus and a small micronucleus. So this is a structure of skeletal muscle. What children? This is a structure of skeletal muscle. The skeletal muscle is a multinucleated. Multinucleated means it contains more than one type of nucleus. See here, these are all the nuclei structures which are present in the skeletal muscles. Okay. So next, coming towards WBCs, coming towards the white blood cells. Here the shape of the nucleus is somewhat different. Okay. Here if you see the nucleus which is present in the WBCs, it is lobed in structure. We can find some lobe-like structures present in the WBC cells. So next, coming towards the plant cell. In the plant cell, generally we have a vacuole. Okay, what is vacuole? The vacuole is a single membrane bound cell organelle which is going to contain a more amount of fluid filled substance, that is usually called as sap. Okay, so now coming towards the nucleus present in the plant cell. See here, this is a vacuole. The vacuole is going to occupy the major portion in the plant cell. Due to this reason, the cytoplasm and the nucleus is going to be moving towards the periphery in the plant cell. Clear children? The nucleus present in the plant cell is going to move towards the periphery due to the reason that vacuole. The vacuole will occupy the entire portion in the plant cell and it will push the nucleus and cytoplasm towards the periphery. So next, coming towards the animal cell. In the animal cell, the nucleus is present in the center of the cytoplasm. See here. This is a nucleus which is present in the center of the cytoplasm in the animals. Okay. And it is a simple squamous epithelium. It is a squamous epithelial tissue. So in this type of tissue, we can see the type of nucleus which is flat in structure. See here, these are the flattened type of nuclei structures which are present in the simple squamous epithelial tissue. So children, have you got a clarity whether the nucleus will always not be spherical in structure, but it is going to be varies. Okay. It is binucleated in the protozoan paramecium and it is multinucleated in skeletal muscle and it is lobed in structure in the WBCs, and the nucleus moves towards the periphery in the plant cell, and in the animal cell the nucleus is located in the center of the cytoplasm. Okay, this is about a general information about the simple structure of a nucleus and its shape. Okay, now let's discuss about the Structure of a nucleus in detail. Okay, the nucleus is first discovered by the scientist Robert Brown. Okay, the nucleus is discovered by the scientist Robert Brown in the year 1831. When children, the nucleus is discovered by the Robert Brown in the year 1831 in the roots of orchid plant. Where children, in the roots of orchid plant. Okay, we can see the nucleus present in all the eukaryotic cells, but the nucleus is absent in the RBCs. The nucleus is absent in the RBCs. RBCs are not going to have the nucleus. Did you remember in the last session we have discussed about the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells? When coming towards the prokaryotic cells, there we cannot find a defined shape of nucleus. That is going to lack the nucleus, whereas coming towards the eukaryotic cell, there we have called it as it is going to possess a true nucleus. So children, what does the term true nucleus means? Okay, so now let's study about in detail the structure of the nucleus. Okay, see here, this is the structure of the nucleus, which is going to possess four most important characteristics like nuclear envelope, nucleolus. Yes, this is the structure of a nucleus which is going to possess four most important characteristics like nuclear envelope, nucleolus, chromatin material and nucleoplasm. Clear children? The nucleus present in the eukaryotic cells is called as true nucleus because it is going to possess what? It is going to possess nuclear envelope. The nucleus and the genetic material is covered entirely with the nuclear envelope. That's the reason it is called as a true nucleus. Okay. So now let's discuss about all these four important characteristics in detail. So coming towards the nuclear envelope, see, if you see here, the nuclear envelope is made up of two important things. The nuclear envelope is made up of inner membrane as well as outer membrane. The nucleus is actually a double membrane bound cell organelle. Okay, the nucleus is what children? Actually, it is a double membrane bound cell organelle which contains outer membrane as well as inner membrane. See here, this is the structure of a nucleus. We are going to discuss about the first general introduction about the nuclear envelope. It contains outer membrane. Okay, it contains what children? Outer membrane and inner membrane. Okay, it is going to contain the outer membrane as well as intermembrane. Hence, it is called as double membrane bound cell organelle. And in between these two membranes, there is a fluid filled space that is called as perinuclear space. Okay, let me write here. It is called as the perinuclear space. Clear children? Clear with the nuclear envelope? Nuclear envelope is made up of outer membrane and inner membrane. Okay, outer membrane and inner membrane will cover the entire structure of the nucleus, and in between them, there we can find a fluid filled space called as the perinuclear space. Okay, so now if you see the external structure of the nucleus, it is somewhat rough. Okay, if you see the external structure of the nucleus, it is going to be appeared rough in structure. Why means? Due to the presence of ribosomes. Why children? Why it is rough in structure? When we see from the external side, due to the presence of ribosomes. See here, these are all yellow colored dots. Can you see here? These are ribosomes. Now what are ribosomes? Ribosomes are the non-membrane bound cell organelles which are actually involved in the synthesis of proteins. What children? These ribosomes are actually meant for the, they are going to form an site for the synthesis of proteins. Clear? So, along with these ribosomes, we also have nuclear pores. What children? we also have a nuclear pores. See here, these are the nuclear pores. So now what are nuclear pores? Okay, let's discuss about the nuclear pores now. See, nuclear pores are some structures which are present on the external surface of the nucleus. It will be like this, okay. These are going to appear in this form. So now these nuclear pores are involved in transporting the substances like proteins from the external surface of them to the internal surface. Okay, just they are going to be involved in transporting the proteins from outer to the inner one. See here. These are the proteins which are going to be transported from the outer side of the environment to the inner side of the environment. Clear with the external structure of the nucleus, it is going to appear rough in structure due to the presence of ribosomes which are actually need for the synthesis of proteins. Okay, and as well as it is also going to contain the nuclear pores which are mainly involved in the transporting the proteins from outer to the inner side. Okay, so now let's discuss about the nucleolus. Okay children, next coming towards nucleolus, see here, can you see this spherical shaped body? Yes, the spherical shaped body which is present inside the nucleus is called as the nucleolus. The nucleolus is a non-membrane bound structure which is going to be present inside the nucleus, and it is a stained structure children. It is going to appear in some colored structure. Okay, this is actually a nucleolus. Okay, it is a nucleolus which is a non-membrane bound structure present inside the nucleus. Okay. Next, coming towards the nucleoplasm. Clear about the nucleolus? Nucleolus is just a spherical shaped body and it is a stained structure. It is a non-membrane bound structure which is present inside the nucleus. Okay. Now, let's discuss about the nucleoplasm. Okay. The nucleoplasm, see here. The nucleoplasm is generally a fluid-filled substance. It is actually a semi-fluid filled substance which is present inside the nucleus. See here. This all white colored portion, whatever you can see now, this is called as the nucleoplasm. Okay. Now, this nucleoplasm is going to contain some important enzymes. What children? They are going to contain some important enzymes. Okay, what are they? They are going to contain DNA polymerase. Okay, DNA polymerase and RNA polymerase. So now what are these DNA and RNA? The DNA and RNA are called as nucleic acid. DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid and RNA means ribonucleic acid. Okay. So now the enzyme DNA polymerase is involved in making DNA and RNA polymerase is involved in making RNA. Clear? So the nucleoplasm is a semi-fluid filled structure or else a semi-fluid substance which is present inside the nucleus, and it is going to contain some enzymes called as DNA polymerase and RNA polymerase. Clear with these nucleoplasms, children? So now next discussing about the chromatin material. What is chromatin material? Okay. What is a chromatin material? See here now. So here if you see, can you see some thread-like structures present inside this nucleus? Can you see children? See here. These are some thread-like structures which are present inside the nucleus. So chromatin is nothing but the colored network of thread-like structures which are present inside the nucleus. Generally it appears like this. Okay, suppose if this is a nucleus, it contains some coiled network of thread-like colorful network of the structures called as the chromatin material. Okay. Now we are calling it as a chromatin material. Okay, when you are going to start separating all those chromatin material, then they are going to appear in a separate structures like this. Okay, here now we are not going to call it as chromatin material anymore, because as we started separating them, it becomes only chromatin, not chromatin material. As we have separated, they are going to become a chromatin. Okay, clear? Okay, chromatin material is the one which is going to contain a colorful thread like structures in the form of network like arrangement. Okay, so if we separate them, they are going to become a chromatin, and now this chromatin is going to contain a DNA. Okay, what children? Now this chromatin is going to contain a DNA. Okay, so if we see this chromatin structure, that is going to become thick. Okay, starting usually in the starting time it is going to be in a thin structures, but later on when it is involved in the cell division, it will form a thick structures. Okay, the chromatin is going to be formed like a thickened structures. Why it is going to form like a thickened structures? Due to the process of dehydration. What children? Due to the process of dehydration, it means it will lose the water. Okay, by losing the water, this chromatin is going to they are going to form some thick like structures. Okay, now this chromatin will contain, okay, it will contain what children? DNA. The chromatin will contain the DNA. Clear with this concept, the chromatin material? Okay, so now once again let's have an outlook about this complete structure of the nucleus. See, the nucleus is going to contain 4 important characteristics like nuclear envelope, nucleolus, nucleoplasm and chromatin material. Nuclear envelope is made up of outer and inner membranes, which is going to contain the perinuclear space, and from the external surface, the nuclear structure will appear rough in structure due to the presence of ribosomes. Okay, along with this we have the nuclear pores, which are involved in transferring the proteins from outer to the inner one. Okay, so next, the nucleolus is a stained structure, stained spherical body which is present inside the nucleoplasm, and the nucleoplasm is a fluid filled substance. Okay, it is going to contain some important enzymes like DNA polymerase and RNA polymerase, which are involved in making the DNA as well as RNA. Okay, so after coming towards these chromatin material, these are colorful thread like network like structures which are present inside the nucleoplasm of the nucleus. And see here, these chromatins, when we are going to separate it, they are going to form some thickened structures during the process of cell division due to the loss of water. And this chromatin is going to contain a genetic material that is called as a DNA. Okay, now see here, now we will discuss about types of chromosomes. Okay, just now as I have said that due to the loss of water, it is going to become a thickened structures. So here what happens means, due to the loss of water, they are going to form in the process of cell division, they are going to form the rod like structures called as chromosomes. Okay, they are going to form some rod shaped structures called as chromosomes. Now this chromosome is going to contain a transparent spherical body that is called as what children? That is called as centromere. Okay, centromere. Clear? Okay, the chromatin which is going to contain the centromere, and during the process of cell division, they are going to form some rod like structures. They will become thick due to loss of water, and they will become chromosomes, and they will form some rod shaped structures. So here it is a centromere which is located in the center. Okay, so now based on the centromere, we have categorized the types of chromosomes. Okay, we have categorized this into 4 types of chromosomes based on what, children? Based on the position of centromere. Okay. So now let's have a look on the types of chromosomes. See here, the first one is called as metacentric chromosome. Okay. Why it is called as metacentric chromosome? Because here we find the centromere which is present in the center and it contains 2 equal arms. Okay. It contains 2 equal arms. Usually we call it as P arm and Q arm. Okay. In the metacentric chromosome, the centromere is located in the center and it is going to form 2 equal arms. Whereas in the submetacentric chromosome, here centromere is located slightly somewhat upward in structure, and here we can find here 2 long arms and 2 small arms. Clear, children? In the submetacentric chromosome, the centromere is present slightly upwards and we find 2 equal long arms and 2 equal short arms. Here when it comes to acrocentric chromosome, centromere is located here and here we find 2 extremely small arms and 2 extremely long arms. Here when we have seen in the submetacentric chromosome, we have 2 long arms and 2 short arms. When it comes to metacentric chromosome, we have equal arms, but when it comes to acrosome, we have here 2 extremely small arms and 2 extremely long arms. Okay. And next, here coming towards the telocentric chromosome, here the centromere is located at the end. The centromere is located at the terminal portion and here we find only 2 arms. Clear, children? Clear with the concept types of chromosomes? How many types of chromosomes we have? 4 different types of chromosomes. Okay. Metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric and telocentric. Okay. And we have categorized them based on what, children? Based on the position of centromere. What is this? It is a centromere. Based on position of the centromere only, we have categorized into 4 types. In the metacentric, 2 equal arms. In the submetacentric, 2 unequal arms. In the acrocentric, we have usually 2 small arms and 2 long arms. In the telocentric chromosome, we have only 2 arms and at the end we can find the centromere. Okay, these diagrams are very important. Okay, please try to memorize this. And next one, children, coming towards the functions of the nucleus. Okay, functions of nucleus, as we have said that it is called as brain of the cell. Why it is called as brain of the cell? Because it is going to control all the cellular activities that are required for the cell. Okay, next, the chromatin contains the DNA. Okay, the chromatin contains the DNA. When it is going to become rod shaped structure, we are calling it as a chromosome. Okay, so the chromatin will store the genetic information and that is required for the development of organism, reproduction, metabolism and behavior. Okay, generally the genetic information is required for what, children? We want the genetic information for the development of organisms. Okay, for the development of organism and metabolism, etc. Okay. So children, hope you all are clear with this today's session. We have learned about a most important cell organelle, the nucleus. Please try to memorize all the concept wise. Okay, please learn in a conceptual way and try to remember these diagrams and learn the diagram of the nucleus and its functions. Those are very important, children. Okay, hope this session is useful to you. Please do like, share and subscribe to NEET World. Thank you.